deep research that I did with both ChatGPT and Claude. And so on the left is ChatGPT, on the right is Claude. I took a couple of YouTube videos, added those transcripts, had AI kind of do some deep research based on those fundamental lessons that were in that system prompt. Maybe I'll put the system prompt in like the top comment or something like that. But anyway, you get the idea. Basically, it's doing research on SaaS companies that, in this case, and you can obviously change the niche. You can edit the system prompt to be in your niche, but the idea is the system prompt, or whatever, the prompt is researching SaaS companies that work well with Shopify that also have API integrations. And the main idea is basically I want to find companies that don't have already like an entire engineering team that already is doing customer success and integrations and setup for them. Also, I want to find a company that has some kind of YouTube video traction so that when I put these videos out about this platform, I'll get some views and traction. And then from there, I can obviously get leads to do implementation with the entire platform here, as well as potentially the additional operations kind of SaaS platform on top of that. And so that's the idea. So I'm going to be making YouTube videos for that. And this is going to be the organic marketing. And I'll be doing that. I think in both of these, it says do around 10 or 15 videos on a certain platform before making the determination whether or not to stop using it or to continue using that platform. A 30-day validation, which we can actually just skip over here. So 30-day validation plan, capture 30 recent YouTube searches, decide, put prototypes, something like that. So maybe we have a 30-day validation plan here as well. Week 1, check these things, stuff like that. So that's the idea for the content engine regarding this. The main idea is not necessarily to get leads from YouTube and not necessarily to get views, but the main idea is to build essentially free value for the customers of the SaaS platform and free value, of course, in turn for the customers, in turn for the actual SaaS platform business itself. And then from there to do something like join the SaaS platform community and do some enterprise business reach out to them and acquire a partnership. And so that is the main idea, to get a partnership so that then in turn they send me leads and I do the implementation, the integrations, the data warehouse setup, the reporting, etc., in different package setups that I'm building now, do that for their leads. And so that kind of works because I basically took it from an AI automation agency video where there was an interview, the interviewer and the guy, and they were basically saying that like they were getting all the leads from a SaaS platform and they got the partnership by doing this exact thing. And then basically when it comes to the YouTube niche thing, I was looking at some YouTube faceless automation videos that were explaining how to find niches, explaining how to analyze videos, analyze channels. And so those two videos were the primary kind of lessons used in the prompt to generate the deep research that both models went ahead and did. And then I just made it into HTML doc, which doesn't add too much complexity to it, and it makes it really beautiful and pretty to read and easier to digest at a human level. And so that's the idea. So basically, I'm then going to leverage the YouTube videos, and maybe if I get into a community, I'm going to leverage that when I contact the actual, whatever, CMO, CEO, owners, or whatever of the SaaS platform, and say, hey, like, I don't know, I'll get there when I get there. And probably it's in these documents what I, would need to say or do in order to secure a partnership, and then just kind of implement from there. So that's kind of the high level idea. And then obviously they were broken out. They were broken down by each model. So I guess I'll just go over quickly what was kind of broken out so you can get a better view into what each of them said. And I'll start with a quick analysis of ChatGPT. I think that it looks more beautiful. I think it's easier to read ChatGPT's than Claude's. And yeah, so we're just going to get right into it. So we have the executive conclusion. So let me just read the first thing. So build around. So it gives me the initial thing right here in the first sentence. So build around IntelliGems, then expand it to profit experimentation. The best opportunity is not another Shopify analytics channel. It is a technical operator channel that shows brands how to run credible profit experiments, connect test exposure to ad and customer data, and operationalize what wins. Now that sounds incredible. That sentence there sounds incredible. After the it is a technical. The not part is AI, but if we just say show brands how to run credible, blah blah blah, this is a great sentence. So I definitely want to consider that. Now collapse all, expand all. Okay, that works, but I'm not sure what it does. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So now I will go through this entire thing, but the next step in the process is actually doing my own research into the company. So the first step is going to be looking at YouTube, and then the next step is going to be looking at the company, application, the website, and their, team on LinkedIn and things like that, just to verify some of these data points to make sure that, again, they don't already have an engineering team doing all of this. They don't already have a partner program that is so vast and inclusive of everything that could possibly be needed, that I basically have no opportunity of actually getting the foot in the door there. Looking up if maybe they have a community on Discord or Slack or something like that. And so right now I just have the YouTube. I'm just looking at what kind of YouTube videos show up basically. So here's how to Shopify, and then the SaaS platform, for this example, IntelliGems. So they have their own YouTube channel, which is nice, with almost 9,000 subscribers, which is actually quite healthy based on what I've seen. It looks like we have one video from somebody that only got 300 views, which I would consider low, not even 100 views, which is very low. This one is almost 4,000 views, but it's 2 years ago, so it's okay. This one is 100 views. This one is actually 1,000 views, which is really nice, although it is 1 year ago. And then their own thing, they got not even 1,000 views. How long was that ago? 2 years ago. Oh, okay. This is 1 month ago and 3,000 views. So that's actually really good. Now, most of these platforms, they don't get a lot of views. They really don't. So 3,000 is actually quite good, to be honest, based on, I was just kind of looking around at some other ones, and yeah, so I'll just do videos and just see most popular, for example. Okay, so we have some kind of podcast stuff they're doing. Not really that. Okay, welcome to IntelliGems. So their demo, how to set up. Okay, and then the next one at 2,000 views is how to set up a price test. Okay, so literally how to use the product. So more podcast stuff. Then 1,000 is how to increase your sales. Shopify content test with IntelliGems, on-site editor overview, some content tests. Okay, so these are good content ideas. Maybe I can get 1,000 views, but if it's the own brand or the own company, probably it won't get as many views. But maybe I can point out some things that they didn't mention in this tiny 3-minute, this short 3-minute informational. Maybe if I do a longer video, it would be more informational and a bit more, robust or something. I think you get what I'm saying. Now, that being said, where's the 3,000? I think I lost. Oh, okay, it's right here. So this one, what is going on? Okay, so this one, let's see what he's doing really quick. Just do a little bit of research. So he is doing different things: CRO and A/B testing, IntelliGems. Okay, so some of his IntelliGems get 100 views or a couple hundred. 8 minutes. Where do we have? This one is 20 minutes. Nice. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, and he doesn't have that many. There's only a few. So it is possible that this could be all right. There is definitely room to make more videos on this platform. So that's kind of the idea of how I would generally be looking at these these SaaS platforms as far as their YouTube channel is concerned. And then IntelliGems. And I guess I'll look it up real quick as well. And the app and the About Us and the LinkedIn docs. LinkedIn, yeah, okay. And so, yeah, I can look at also some of its things. So we have his website, which looks really nice website. Let's see, we have products, really nice. Solutions, resources, integrations, resources, become a partner directory. So I definitely want to look at the partner directory when it comes to this, because if it's totally expansive, then there might not be room for me to step in. It looks like there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot. But I need to do more research on how to assess that, to be honest. I actually don't have a good idea of what I'm really looking for when it comes to the partner directory. So I need to kind of think more about that. And here we have build the AI agents that turn your traffic into profit, and their team, mission, vision. So yeah, I mean, I would basically reach out to some of these people. Potentially, if I end up choosing this platform, and their team is like not huge, so I think this is actually a good sized team. Do they have engineering, head of data, MLAI? Okay, so they have tech lead. Okay, yeah, but that yeah, so strategy op lead, product marketing manager, tech lead, tech team lead. So yeah, maybe they don't. I mean, I would have to do more research, but maybe they don't have an in-house, developers setting up integrations and things like that for their customers. Okay, and then what is it, and how do we test it? Pricing, shipping. Cool. Okay, and that's the docs. The light mode is killing me. Okay, and then we have the LinkedIn. It's in New York. A/B testing, stuff like that. We have 11 to 50 employees, right? Okay, helping e-commerce companies optimize profits, improve margins, provide a suite of tools to run tailored experiments on price discounts, shipping rates, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And what do we have here? We have posts, I suppose, IntelliGems. And their posts get like 20 likes there, 5, 10. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, it's like a smaller company, and so that's the main idea. And yeah, probably I can view all the employees just like that, boom, and then there you go. Now, that's kind of the idea as far as the research. Now, again, I haven't read through this entire document yet, as a matter of fact. So I actually don't know best practices just yet, but I'm sure it'll go over that because of the kind of thing I was asking it to do for me. So let's look up executive conclusion, method, category map. Let's see, method, or what's this actually? IntelliGems, loop subscriptions. Okay, so it gave me some other top picks that I could look at. So just as a quick example, if I wanted to look at another example, it would be this, and we can see, okay, loop subscriptions, this one, Shopify subscriptions. Okay, no. Okay, Shopify subscription apps. Loop subscriptions. Okay, they get less views. There's 50, 500, right? But maybe they are even a smaller team, but they have good revenue, something like that. Rebuy, it's a low risk option. Why is it low risk? Proven partner, program visible, tutorial traffic, mature demand, and many product services more crowded and less founder accessible. Okay. I see. Why was this the winner? Best blend of Shopify, fit API data, partner accessibility, technical differentiation, and transferable to YouTube demand, highest migration, and lifecycle data pane. But Loop's own migration CS operation narrows the partner wedge. Profit experimentation is the best category is profit experimentation because of price offer, shipping, merchandising, tests, measure implementation work. Interesting. Okay, so it's recommending that I look at that I look at the A/B testing SaaS niche. So that's pretty cool. Why the winning gap exists. Intelligence says it serves 5,000 plus stores, while LinkedIn places it at that. MCP workflows, cool. Okay, so here's the methodology. So this is important for the researching your own niche. So a viewer implementation buyer of 1,000 to 20,000. We're not focusing on AdSense. View revenue. A 300 to 3,000 view tutorial can be commercially stronger than a 100,000 view generic e-commerce video. So that's something. And then we're looking at a 6 to 18 month instead of a 6-month turnaround. That's kind of the difference between the hyper niche versus the general faceless YouTube entertainment videos. And then they need to have these. You could read that, data not exposed. Okay, e-commerce SaaS category map. So here we have all of the vendors. This is by category. This is each category. Typical project, 5 to 20. Yeah, all of these are really great. They're above 5K, 5 to 20K. That's really nice. Yeah, that's really nice. And then experimentation, the A/B testing is apparently the best. So that's really nice too. Long list. So we have IntelliGems, Loop, Rich Panel, Rebuy. So, stuff probably you never heard of. I just did some research on these. So I actually am familiar with some of these platforms now because I was doing research before this video. Probably, I can't sort this, but whatever. I don't need to update the HTML. I don't really, care that much about that. It would have been nice if this fit all into one thing though. Screen. I'm not sure what that means. Or I guess this is the overall points. And it has some kind of asterisk apparently. High raw capability, but automatic disqualification or strategic conflict flag. Long lists are scored. Okay. So if it has a cross next to it, then it's a bad fit. And here's why in red, size risks. So too large internal capacity. It was acquired by another company, acquired direct competitor, too large. Okay. Short list. Here we have the top 10, which is nice, but they have some asterisks, so operationally disqualified. So a lot of these are disqualified, which is unfortunate. So I guess that's why they picked these ones for the top picks. Highest weight dimensions. Here's the short list thesis. I'm going to skip that. That's kind of overly detailed. Full 22-factor matrix weights. And then it gives me what these mean. That's going to be super helpful to dive super deep into these. And this is why I guess this is number one. As you can see, YouTube demand and competitive advantage. So this is quite nice. So observe 3,000 views, I guess. And these are all quite a bit lower. Rebuy has some views. And yeah, okay. So a lot of these don't get quite that many views. Graveyard warning. So that's even worse. But it is interesting to see why they were chosen. Where we at 07, top 5 deep dives. And then we can go, okay, deep dives. We don't need to do that too much. The final ranking. Okay. And then we can go channel positioning. So this is giving me recommendations on how I should position my YouTube channel. So platform-led niche that expands. This SaaS is the wedge. Profit experiments for Shopify brands. Cool. And then we're going to do 60 video plan. That's a lot of videos. First 10 to publish in order. So these are going to be the next videos I publish on the channel. The complete 15 category library. So here's all the ideas, which is nice. 60 ideas. Obviously, I'm not going to post all 60, and I'll just probably do 10. So it's nice that they give too many kind of good ideas, because then I can just take even the best ones from that. And some of them are probably going to be trash, of course. The partnership program, which is incredibly important. So proof before outreach. So publish some good videos. Ship the open experiment schema. Right. So I need to integrate this system into my MVP. I need to join their official place. And then I need to start kind of finding the team members, giving them free value, like something, figure that out later, run one pilot, productize, and yeah. And then kind of just refine that, of course, to make the productized offer better for the customer, which is in turn better for the company. And then we do a validation plan where test 3 platforms in parallel. That's a lot of work. But yeah, so this is what it's saying based on the video, I think. And yeah, that's fine. And then we can do a 90-day execution plan. So we have foundation, data model. Okay, finalize positioning, channel identity, research tracker, interview script, measurement, definitions applied to intelligence partner path. So they wants me to apply to the partner program immediately. Okay, and yeah, that's the main idea. And then just sources, limitations. So that's the main idea. Now, I'm not going to go super deep into Claude's. It's a bit like less attractive looking, but it's the same thing, and it's going to actually have different winners, which is the main thing that I am kind of looking for. So here we have Predico, which fine, can't spell pred. It doesn't have that one even show up. Loop subscriptions, that showed up. That was also the runner-up. And then we have lower risk fabricator, and best category is inventory and supply. So a totally different category, which is very interesting. Very interesting. So I guess both categories could potentially be, I mean, obviously any category works. So yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into everything here. Of course, you get the main idea. But I'm going to kind of look at this, of course. Let me do the short list really quick, actually. Okay, that's just 5. Area folded in. Okay, it's not really, this is not set up as good. I'm going to be honest. ChatGPT's is better. I did use Opus 5, and I used, what is it, Sora 5.6? But whatever. I mean, I'm sure both, if I'm prompting their HTML better. I didn't know HTML prompting. I just said, hey, put it in HTML. So, if I prompted it, they could both be better, whatever. I want to see more of these companies. Why would it put Klaviyo? This is incredibly saturated. Obviously, it's a huge platform. But, whatever. Not the end of the world. It has some different ones, which is nice. So I can actually consider that. I could maybe do one from the category of A/B testing and one from the category of inventory management. And that way, when I make these different kinds of YouTube videos and then I go for the position, it's not like I'm making YouTube videos for the partner I'm trying to work with, one of their competitors. So that could be a good idea, is to actually do both, or just do 2 different ones based on different niches, which is quite nice. And then they wouldn't care, they wouldn't mind. Let's see, channel evidence. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to look at this deeper, basically. And then it gives me the content plan, which, I actually like this content plan a lot better. It's like built out in a much easier way to read. We go to 60 video plan here. It's kind of like weird boxes, but this is like a nice table. So I actually like that better. So Predico's API in 12 minutes, for example. Inventory adjusted ROAS, that's pretty nice. Partnership plan. Yeah, okay. Who to contact? Nobody. Contact marketing media after video 5. Offer the migration video as a resource for their customers with no ask attached. Their job is to find content like yours. Okay. 30-day validation. Budget roughly 150 in cloud and tools plus your time. The purpose is to answer one question. Does YouTube demand exist for this niche? Okay. And then the 90-day plan. So all minimums cleared. YouTube is weak. Vendor and interview strong. YouTube strong. The company is silent. Loops. Keep the platform. Demote YouTube to support. Kill thresholds. Hit on views. Outcomes. Okay, I need to figure out what that exactly means. Okay, weeks 1 and 2, learn and publish simultaneously full predicate configuration on a seeded dev store. Yeah, so yeah, that's nice. And there you go. So that is the idea. I think both AI models put out decent kind of overviews, and honestly, sticking with one of them is fine, but using multiple ones is actually quite nice because they gave me different categories, which I really appreciate. And then, yeah, basically, I'm just going to do the same research. I'll put this into YouTube. I'll look up their company and I'll do kind of the verification of, is this actually a viable company that would, be willing to work in this way. And yeah, so that's the idea, and that is the plan. And so I just have to refine these two pieces, and then I need to build a SQL layer, I need to build a dashboard layer, then I need to go back, and then I need to build the integration for the platform that I'm going to be, hopefully working with.